What's going on, guys? I'm back again. So I had to restart my computer. Everything kind of froze. Um, and I just got off the phone with Coinbase support, and basically, they have no idea why. Um, I had like a 20 contract position open, like long and short, and why I couldn't get out of my contracts or out of my position. But they basically actually went ahead and locked my account. They're saying that maybe it was because I'm trading Coinbase, like I'm trading Coinbase as a broker on Tradingview because I'm using Tradingview to actually chart and place the trades. That they're saying maybe there's some sort of glitch on Tradingview's end for why I had 20 contracts execute, which I'm not even margined for 20 contracts, so I don't even know how that trade was placed in the beginning. Anyways, we're back at it. Oh, and the best part, they locked me out of my account while I had that 10 contract long position on. So I'm still in a long position on this Nano Ethereum contract, and I can't see it because my account's been locked, and I have to wait for them to unlock it. Although they said it's going to be unlocked any moment now, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna go over here and babysit this other position. So remember how I told you I would add a contract if we got the failed breakdown of 44. So we're probing below 49. So hopefully if 49 breaks, we'll test 44. Most likely put in a failed breakdown of 44. And if we do, I'm gonna swoop in on that other contract. It's just been a rough day, guys. I'm sick. I have all these issues with all these things. But just take it one day at a time. Wow. We are 17 minutes into London session. I didn't even feel it. This is probably like the most perfect flag I've ever seen. It's just so uniform. Like it's so uniform and structured nicely. Sorry, I'm talking like a nerd. Never imagined I would have so many problems in Coinbase. I mean, I don't know if the problems even came from Coinbase, but it's definitely interesting. Sorry, I know this is not the most interesting stream. You guys are just watching me eat and take this really slow trade. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, we're finally getting that flush that we've been looking for. Again, we want this to go, we want it to flush 49, hit 44, flush 44, and then recover. And then that'll be good for another entry, one contract, bringing us back up to two contract position. So I kind of looked up on ChatGPT my issue about if there have been any claims of unauthorized trades while using Tradingview and using Coinbase as the broker. And not necessarily my issue, but there have been apparently some issues on Coinbase itself, and apparently issues with the API keys. So maybe a API key leak, or I guess some users have reported unauthorized trades via third-party connections, e.g. bots or platforms using Coinbase APIs, but apparently nothing verifiable that's tying it to the TradingView broker integration feature. There is, however, evidence of unauthorized transactions when API keys are compromised. So I wonder if that's what happened to me. Maybe my API key was compromised, or I guess my connection between Coinbase and TradingView was compromised, and that's probably what happened. I don't know. We'll never know. Let's take a look at how ETPZ is doing. Okay, Ethereum's still doing well, so I still have some hope for this trade. It's sort of, as you guys can kind of see, it was making like this bear flaggish structure. The structure hasn't been broken technically, it's still within structure, so there's definitely a possibility we could just flush right back down. But I don't want to say hope, because I try not to be a hope and holder, but I would say we have some optimism that will continue on the upside, because we have tested the support of this major red downtrending channel, and that's at, I should really capture these levels, at around 86, 87, 84, and 66. That's around 84, 66, around that zone. No surprise to see a push up, but if we will continue to push up, that remains to be seen. Again, I am optimistic because we reclaimed these levels that are tied to this black channel at 175. Yeah, I think that's actually 175 and 186. So that zone right there we were able to reclaim. And now we have to, now we're testing 15, 42.15. We need to get back above that, which will take us back above to this level right here, which is 46. So this level is 46. Oops. Take this level, move it to 46. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, ETH is holding up for now. Let's go back to MES technically. another routine trading night. No, just kidding. Normally I'd be in bed by now. I'm doing this for you guys. Doing it for the stream! For the stream! I'm also starting keto, so that's really fun. I've been so hungry. Off to a great start, right? Okay, so again, we're just kind of teetering around 49. I feel like lately London sesh hasn't been too robust. Like, every morning when I wake up, I expect to see ES like, a few hundred points up or a few hundred points down. And every time I wake up, it always seems to be in the same spot as it was when I went to bed. Which tells me that London session has not been robust at all. It's just kind of been a bunch of chop, which is surprising because usually London has a lot of volatility. Asia has been having slightly more volatility than normal, which is great. But yeah, it just sucks that London doesn't have the same volatility right now. just do not want to flush 44. It's insane. It's crazy the bullish momentum in this market. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Like waiting to have my account reviewed by Coinbase's team, and me being in an active trade right before I got locked out. That's kind of insane. Or a blessing in disguise prevents me from micromanaging my trade and potentially getting out of it too soon. But again, I have a take profit at 43.10. So even if we squeeze higher, like I'm gonna get out 7 contracts at 43.10. So there's nothing I can do about that, assuming that my account is not unlocked by that point, or if we just squeeze there right now, because my account's still not unlocked. But it's okay. We will still wait. So right now is around the time, like the point where like I ask myself, do I want to wait till we get a flush? Because it's possible we may not get another flush anytime soon, given the bullish momentum. And to add a second contract right now, and again, just take it level to level, or just continue to wait for the flush and get in at a better area to have a much better cost basis. We don't really see this type of bullish momentum too often. Like, we see bull markets a lot. Bull markets are actually in the, like, what make up the market like 60 or 70% of the time. The other 20% is consolidation, and the other like 10% is bear markets. So honestly, actually no, sorry. So well, for S&P 500 specifically, on the ES, I would say the breakdown is roughly 60% bullish, 30% consolidation. It's a lot of consolidation. 30% consolidation, and 10% bear market, and 10% bear. That's how I would kind of break down ES's market structure. Market consolidates a lot, so, and that's good to keep in mind, because that also helps keep you balanced and not always expecting a massive move. If anything, us as day traders, if you're trading level to level and you're trading failed breakdowns, the majority of your money is made in those consolidations. So for us, it's really good. Technically, you can make money in any market. You can make money, obviously, in a bull market, because we get a lot of failed breakdowns in bull markets. You can make money, definitely make money in consolidation. I would say that's actually the bread and butter. That's what Adam preaches. You make most of your money in the consolidation, because you see a lot of failed breakdowns in the consolidations, like a ton of them. Consolidations are actually what make the failed breakdown, or the failed breakdown is what makes the consolidation is what makes the failed breakdown, because you need that shelf of lows, and then you finally get the flush and the sweep, and then you go higher, and that's what the failed breakdown does. The failed breakdown basically has that consolidation, and then it flushes the actual failed break, or the break, the failure of the break, and then recovery, and then continuation upwards. So without consolidation, we would not have as robust a failed breakdowns as we do. And obviously in bull markets, it's, going up, but then pull back, failed breakdown, go up, and all that. Bear markets are a little bit trickier. Adam trades failed breakdowns also in bear markets, but what I like to do in bear markets, especially in heavy bear markets, is I do like to get in on weakness, so I'll wait for the market to fail through a significant support and then go short, or I will wait for the market to retrace, basically squeeze, and I'll try to kind of short at the top of that squeeze roughly, and then just ride it back down. Failed breakdowns, you can still trade failed breakdowns in that environment. The problem is, if you're strictly trading level to level, most of the time your level to level move is not going to get hit. So for example, if we're like going down, we're in a bear market, on those squeezes that go upwards, obviously you get in on the failed breakdown. Like as we're failing, going further down, you wait for a major level to fail, break, recover, and then get in for the continuation upwards. Well, a lot of the times in bear markets, you get that failed breakdown and the recovery of the major level that's being broken down. A lot of the times, because you want to get in on the reclaim of that major level that gets broken down, and then you take it level to level. Well, a lot of the times when you get in, it doesn't make it to the first level up in a level to level move. Like if you're level, like, I don't know how to describe it. Basically, like, yeah, it's like if you get in like failed breakdown at 6,500, and then you get in at like 6,503, the reclaim of 6,500. You get in at 6,503. Let's say your first take profit is at 6,510 or 11. It'll get like a point or 2 points shy of that level, and then just continue further down. And I've been burned many times by this. Like there are a lot of situations where the market does not hit your TP exactly. And I mean, there's a lot of times where the market just does not hit your TP. And honestly, there are times where the market does hit your TP, but you don't get filled for whatever reason. But how do you handle the situations where you have a TP, but the market doesn't actually ever get to your TP? Maybe gets super close, like a point or even a tick. How do you avoid those pitfalls, from having the whole position reverse on you? Because I know I've been there many, many, many times. There have been many times where like I said, in bear markets, where I get in on a failed breakdown, I wait for the next level up, and the next level up never gets there. In those situations, you either move your take profit like a point or two below where your original TP is, or you have it in your right mind, so like if it's reclaimed a major level or whatever, you get out on the basically failure of that same level. So basically the level that got you in is the same level that will get you out. So if it reclaimed 6,500 and I got in at 6,503, if it's going past my entry, just get out. Obviously you're not going to be getting out with profit, but it's better than getting out at a major loss. So those are the two things that I foresee that you could do in situations where the market is just not hitting your TP. And believe me, it happens, and it's super frustrating. Alright. Okay, guys, I think what I'm going to do, there's really not much going on right now. I'm just babysitting this runner. And I'm like still super congested and sick, so I definitely need to rest. Verifying my identity. Thank you for verifying my identity, Coinbase. Thank you for doing what you guys do. Okay, now I'm just rambling. I'm probably delirious at this point. He's doing good though. ETH. ETH, baby. ETH. Yep, there's still everyone. Sorry, man. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I will keep you up to date on what this trade does. I mean, if I'm gonna go to bed, I'm probably just gonna set a stop loss, so that way I don't get burned. Anyway, catch you guys